Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to PSGL. This is season 26. This is the first evaluation race. My name is Jess, and I'll be your commentator for the 7 p.m. time slot this evening. I did a boo-boo. I was speaking to myself for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I thought that I was happily fine. I thought I had the microphone fine. I basically muted myself accidentally. Oopsie daisy. Silly me. I am an idiot. But there we go. Hopefully it's all good now. But all the drivers, all the 320-ish drivers in the league today, they will be racing in Belgium for the Belgian Grand Prix. Before talking about the drivers, let's have information about the track. It's based in the Ardennes countryside, and Spa hosted its first race back in 1925. The first Formula One race was in 1950. The circuit has had many different layouts throughout its time. However, it still remains as the longest track on the F1 calendar. It's produced some great races. And the one that comes to mind, Spa 1998, where there was loads of carnage in the opening lap, caused 14 cars to be involved in that incident, and the race had to be restarted. So it is 7 kilometres long, 19 turns, 10 to the left, 9 to the right. And there's massive elevation changes, high-speed corners, and going through famous parts of the circuit such as El Rouge, Radiant, Blanchemont, and the bus stop chicane. And we have 2 DRS zones, one at the start-finish straight and one at El Rouge and Radiant. And Matt, surprise, surprise, I wasn't expecting it really. He is starting at the back of the grid today as he's just retired from the session. Now, the thing that is different about this evaluation race is there is no safety car and no damage. So these drivers are encouraged to basically give it their all. It's not about the result today. It's just to see whether they are clean, they have good pace, and it helps the coordinators decide what tier everybody goes into. It just gives people an idea as well. So we're riding on board at the moment with Callum Anderson, and I've asked a majority of these drivers some questions about this race and also about the new season of season 26. So Callum was in F6 last season and he loves the new handling model, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles it in course, and he wants to win it. I asked him the goal for its evaluation race for him, and he wants to win it, so we'll see if he does it. But around Spa, he needs to work on a lot of sectors, so it'll be interesting to see, of course. And he's hoping for F6 again, but obviously not the bomb tier, because there's going to be more tiers this season. And he's going to be fighting for podiums in the championship for season 26. So here we go then. Let's take you right on board with a lap around this beautiful circuit. So we've just gone past La Source, and it is very, very tricky to get right. So we just passed the first DRS straight, and you're going past El Rouge and into Radiant. You'll be going at full power. You're going almost at 200 miles per hour. DRS, you get on really, really quickly, and you go through the long straight into Leclerc, into turn 6, another right-handed kink. Don't use any of the inside curb at turn 7. You go through Bruchel, which is Spa's answer to Silverstone's Luffield. And Callum has just invalidated. So the curse of me commentating on a hot lap is continued, really. So, and someone wants me to follow a Honda power engine. Nice. I love the Honda powered engines. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It's lovely. So, and I do believe Jay Tyler is on a lap, as I was just about to finish one for Callum. So we're going to carry on. So we're now approaching No Name, and he's invalidated as well. I'm not getting any luck, am I? Oh my goodness. Not getting any luck today. Who else is on a lap? Pretty much most people have invalidated, actually. Let's see if Julio could fare any better as he's past No Name and in towards Pouhon. Which you could go into 7th gear and then go up to 8th here as you go through into Campus and then through Stavelot. Stavelot allows you to think you can always go faster around it, but actually You can't really. And now you go to the Paul Freyer. Julio is purple sets 2 at the moment. Lap times you're probably going to see around here is around about the 142s, 141s. Possibly. Maybe even the 143s. We'll have to wait and see. As Julio is going through the bus stop chicane now. He got a bit of a toe from the racing point in front. So he comes towards the final corner now. Let's see what he could do in the Red Bull. It's a 141.8, which puts him in pole position. Now, I spoke to him earlier on as well. And I think, yeah, he actually, no, he didn't say anything regarding his expectations. He just wants to keep a little bit quiet, which is fair enough. Gello is in second place. He puts himself into second with a 142.2. So you can tell that the game is much faster than obviously F1 2019, because a lot more people in the 143s in F1 2019, but it's a lot faster around Belgium, as you can see. So obviously I was speaking to Jello as well earlier. If I can find it, there we go. It's his first season. There's quite a lot of people's debuts to the league, which is very exciting. And he likes the handling as well, but he finds that the game can be better improved. He likes Spa. He hopes he can have consistent pace in the evaluation race. And it doesn't matter what tier he gets into, he just wants to have a little bit of fun. Which is good for some of these drivers. Like, if it's your first time taking part in a league of this scale, then you just want to improve, really. And that's what Jello is doing, really. And I did see someone retire or something like that. And then he didn't pop up in grey, which was weird. So there we go. So a few changes to the game, obviously. The only chance that they have to control their ERS is during qualifying. And obviously they have only 3 modes. Now, 0 is obviously none, and then they have, actually it's 2, 0 and hot lap are in ERS mode in qualifying. And then in the race, they will be, the only mode they'll have control is the overtake button, which is the green bit on the left-hand side, which will have overtake. You'll be able to see that later on. And they will either drain, basically if they use it too much, the green bar will go all the way down to the left, and they will lose too much power, and obviously they'll drown their ERS battery, which is not very nice at all. No, not very nice. So, and obviously there's some other changes as well to the game as well. We got strategy thing coming up on the spectator view, which is I kind of like. I used it in the PSGL exhibition race last Monday, actually, not last Sunday, and it was brilliant. So that's a few other changes. So yeah, let's see who else is not on a lap now. Yeston is about to go on his out lap as well. They got to be careful that they get their qualifying laps right, because otherwise they'll go into one-shot quali pretty much towards the end, and they don't want to do that. And the one thing that the drivers have been told to do tonight, they're only allowed to do the soft to medium strategy. Now, if it's a normal PSGL race, then obviously they are allowed to do whatever strategy they want. But just so the coordinators and the admins have an idea on pace, they have to do soft to mediums. They can't do any other tyre because obviously there's no safety car, there's no damage. You're not going to lose out on anything. So, and obviously that is why they're doing that. And so the window for that, I'll obviously go through in the formation lap. So I'll go through the shooting rules as well in a second. Everyone's going out again, and that's why obviously everyone is on the softs. Milam in P12 is on the mediums. Now, I'm guessing he just wants to get a little bit of feel for the track, which is fair enough. He's got a lovely pink helmet in the McLaren car. He's currently driving the Carlos Sainz. Now, no custom numbers on this game at the moment, which I don't know why. Hopefully they'll get that fixed, because it just has kind of like a unique identity in a way. So I don't know why they haven't done that, but we'll see. And I do believe he's about to start a lap. Oh no, he's going into the pits as he's on ERS mode 0 right now. So he comes out. There he goes. And he goes back into the pit lane. So I do believe Sam is on the lap. Yes, he is. He's in the Williams. And I'm glad Cody's actually brought the Williams livery to the game just in time, actually, because it's one of my favourite liveries. Obviously, the AlphaTauri is quite nice as well. But the Williams is my favourite, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt. And obviously, Sam was in the Performance Cup as well last season. And another, I think he was in season 26 as well. And he's expecting good things as well. But again, I think he doesn't mind what tier he goes in. But I think he doesn't want to be in bottom tier. He wants to be in a few tiers above that. But if apart from that, and he just invalidated as well his next lap. Schnitzel as well in the other McLaren. He's in Lando Norris's car. And obviously, I'm glad also they have the helmets. They've got the helmets, their custom helmets, which is good. And there is going to be another stream, pit mat at 8 p.m. So there will be a stream at 8 p.m. for evaluation race number 2. For those of you that are wondering, just to answer your question. So Schnitzel, again, this is his first season in PSGL for a while, actually, and he's very, very excited for the season to get going. Of course, he's pumped, I must say, very, very pumped to get going. And I need to actually find him on my spreadsheet, but I can't seem to find him, which is very annoying. But we're currently riding on board as he goes through the bus stop chicane, and he has the Renault-powered engine. Actually, I'll see if I can find it on the Discord. It's probably easier. There we go. That's easier. Yeah, it's his first season. He sometimes tends to struggle to have an understanding of what the car wants at times. So sometimes he may get a bit of an understeer. And he's a bit worried that he may not get the best result. As Spa is one of his worst tracks on this game. He's confident, but he's slow. And again, he does not mind what tier he gets into. And he prefers to race with people with no assist in season 26, mostly. So he gets a little bit more competition. So, 6 minutes to go. So last chance for these guys to get their last minute laps as possible. The higher they get in qualifying, the much better they do in this race. As we're seeing him go through Bouchard now. Hulkenberger, where is he on track? Yeah, there he is. He's not on the lap at the moment. Actually, he is, but he's invalidated. But so, obviously, Hulkenberger, one of the legends in the PSGL, and I'm very excited that he's returning. He was in Formula Experience last season, and he's really enjoying the game. And he's hoping he can average a 145, 146 in the race. And he's hoping he's going to be equivalent to F4 last season. So I don't know what that will be. But he's hoping to be there this season. And he's hoping to get a few podiums for the championship this season. And he's going to hope for consistent points. And I can see him getting consistent points, actually. He's almost in the cups of the 142s. If he just finds a few attempts, not makes any mistakes, and doesn't invalidate, then he should be absolutely fine. Quite a few people are going into the pits now. Alamonda is going into the pits, I believe, at the moment. And a lot of you will recognise him. He's a commentator, obviously, for PSGL, and obviously is a legend commentator. And he's liking the game so much that he wants to do more league racing. So get on, Mark. He's doing us proud. That's for sure. And yes, Diego, yes, showing awareness is important on these evaluation races. It's not really about the result. It's about the pace, awareness, and making sure that you're clean. So if you have those 3 things on the tick list, then you will probably most likely go into a tier which best represents your pace, really. And let's see if there's another new driver that's currently out on circuit. We got Mr. Catboy Key, who is, I do believe, about to start a lap. No, he's not. I always follow someone that's just about to go on their, to finish their lap. But oh well. Oh well. But anyway, he is a new comer to the league, so welcome along to him. I've raced with him in many leagues before. Actually, I raced in a league in the last game. I'm not going to say what league it is, but he is quick. He is quick on this game. Obviously, we were in the bottom tier together, and we had some good battles, obviously, around this track in particular. And this was one of the tracks where he got his best result as well. So, you know, that is very good to see for him. And he's just invalidated, but he's going to go into the pits anyway. So, 2 minutes to go. I'm sure the pit crews are anxiously awaiting to get their drivers out for one final lap. They got to get very quickly. Now, watch out for El Rouge and Radiant, and also the Kemmel Straight. We'll see quite a few, maybe we'll see a few teams tonight giving each other the toe as well. Which I think that's what some people will do anyway. As I do see, let me have a look. I do see, I think it's the Hasses or the AlphaTauri giving each other a toe. Oh no, it's the Hasses actually. It's the Hasses. Good teamwork from the Hasses. We've got Dougie and Alamondo as well. Nicely done. I don't think they were meant to do that, but if they were, then good job. Good job for them. Good job for them. And obviously he's getting some clear. He wants to get some clear air so he can get his final few laps in. And for these drivers, they want to be the first ones to cross, well, the last ones to cross the finish line, because obviously, due to track evolution, obviously the track gets quicker the later you leave it. But you don't want to do a Monza 29. You don't want to do a Monza 2019 where a lot of cars just went in the last minute and a majority of people basically didn't get a last lap in. So hopefully we won't get into that situation, but we'll see anyway. So, as obviously, final few drivers. So I do believe it's going to be, I think, if we time it right, it could be one of the AlphaTauris that will be the last person to cross the line. Now, will that be enough for pole position? We'll have to wait and see. And now, obviously, Charles Leclerc got his first win in Spa last season in 2019, which was a nice moment. Now, let's see who's in Charles Leclerc's car, actually. Can't really tell from this camera angle. It's Josh, and I just followed the right person. It's all good. So, yeah, I wonder if Josh is going to replicate Charles's success later on today. So Josh, he was in F4 last season, and he thinks it's the best game yet. So he's more motivated to do well this season. And he needs to work on Pouron, he says, apparently. Yes, I agree with that. I find on this game, Pouron is a tricky corner. And he invalidated before Pouron, actually, and he's just invalidated. And he is not going to have time to get another lap in, so that could be very costly. Callum goes out for one final lap, so the checkered flag is just about to drop as we got an AlphaTauri that's about to cross the line. So that's J Tyler 46. Can he improve as he's just binned it? And he's a 143.1, so that puts him into P13. Who do we have next? One of the Hasses. Who's that? No, it's not Alamonda, it's Dougie. And he's invalidated as well. So the next person will be a Renault. No, it's not Catboy Key because he's in the pits. It's Milan potentially. No, it's not Milan. He's not in the... Or we might be going out. I'm not entirely sure. But we've got a few more people just about to cross the line. We've got Alamondo actually about to cross the final corner. Callum has just retired from the session. Hopefully he's retired from the pit lane. So it's Alamondo comes across the line. Now he's going to improve on his time. 144.0. So he improved by 5/10. Pretty good. Next across the line is the Red Bull driver of Slash. There we go. Slash. Let's see what he can do. It's looking quick. P2. He beats his teammate. Julio can't improve. He's invalidated. So there's a few more people about to finish their laps. Nope, that's it. That is it then for the first qualifying session of this evaluation races for F1 2020. I nearly said F1 2019, and I'm going to make a few bets. Will I ever say Toro Rosso? Will I ever say Toro Rosso in this race? Probably not, but we'll see. We will see. So that's it for qualifying, and Julio takes pole with a 141.516, and the gaps are quite small. So let me have a look. So gap between first and sixth is 0.4 of a second. That's insane. And then from first to 11th, it's 0.9. So this evaluation rate is going to be a lot closer than I thought. And we're just waiting for a few drivers to go into the pit lane. Now, I won't be surprised if a few drivers will be doing a bit of sandbagging, but the drivers have been told not to do sandbagging. So here are your qualifying results. Julio on pole from Slash. So it's a Red Bull 1-2. Legend in third. I know him as Cassie G. That's what I know him as in third place. So we got Hulkenberger in fourth place. Schnitzel in fifth. AJU in sixth. Jello in seventh. Tom AJ in eighth. Callum in ninth. Someone predicted in the chat that he was going to the 141s, but he didn't. Sam in 10th. And we got Josh, Mr. Grumpy, Catboy Key, Jay Tyler, Ozone, Leston, It's Alamonda, Marlon, Dougie, and Matt. And I do believe that Tom is going to be starting at the back of the grid as he disconnected in qualifying. So we're about to get going for the race then. Let us know your predictions in chat. And obviously it's clear weather, and it just gives me a perfect opportunity to tell you about the stewards' rules. So like I said earlier, they're all being asked to do soft to medium strategy. They've been asked to commit early into the pits to avoid creating an incident. And they got to take it easy on turn one. The end result does not matter. All they want to see is general pace, consistency, and racecraft. If they crash or spin, they've been advised to not retire. They've been advised to head down and keep going. As said above, the end result does not matter. And they've been told to give it all they can. So those have been the rules for all the 320-ish drivers taking part in the evaluation races for the next 2 weeks. So it just gives me an idea of what to expect in the pace. Maybe some of these drivers may be better on race pace compared to qualifying. And it's one way to find out, of course. So let's look at the tyres. So everyone on the softs, and Josh and Milam, they're going to get a warning from the stewards because they've been told to go on soft to mediums, and they were on the mediums to start with. So I think maybe they'll probably have to go on the softs to start with. Maybe pit at the end of that one and then do that because, you know, it doesn't give an idea on the true pace if they started on the medium compounded tyres. So, yeah, that is not good. But everybody else has done the right thing. They followed the rules and they're on the softs, which is fantastic. And from early expectations, I usually like to get bold predictions in. Julio looks very quick. I'm not sure if it's Julio or Julio. I can't pronounce it. But if I said it wrong, I do apologise. And Gavin said in chat he was in a party with Callum, and he bottled it apparently. Tut Callum. But I know he's good at his racecraft, so fingers crossed he does better in the race. So look at these lovely helmets as well. And here we go, the AWS graphics. So the soft to mediums lap 8 to 9 is where we'll expect people to pit. We're going to ignore the bottom strategy, soft to hards. We're going to ignore that completely because they're not being allowed to do that. And for those of you that still got your evaluation races, Let me know in the chat your expectations going into this. What tier are you expected to go on as well? And just like I said in the stream, the ones that have started on the mediums, they've been instructed to pit at the end of lap 1. If they don't, they'll get a penalty or an inquiry from the stewards. So we'll have to wait and see, of course. So, are we ready then for 22 laps worth of action? The first lot of action for season 26, obviously, is only an evaluation race. They won't all be in the same tier together for season 26, but who will shine today? Will there be anyone that will climb their way to the top assist tier in season 26, which will most likely be the F4 tier on a Sunday night, which will be at 8 PM, I believe, or 7 PM. But anyway, the 5 red lights are on. And we are underway here in Belgium. And looks like a pretty decent start from both the Red Bulls. But we're going to see is Julio tries to cut off Slash, but she does that perfectly already. We're getting a bit of timing glitch at the moment, so I can't really see who's in the lead at the moment. But we can definitely see the Red Bulls fighting head to toe at the moment. Slash is getting a good run through El Rouge. Let's see if everyone makes it cleanly. Hopefully no spins. We've got the Williams of Callum already making good ground already on most of these drivers as he makes it past the Camel straight, and there he goes up into, I don't know what position actually, because the positions keep changing everywhere, which is not nice. But and we're not on lap 2, we're on lap 1. So, yeah, hopefully it fixes itself pretty soon. But here we go. Here comes Callum on a move on Schnitzel. We can't quite make it done at the moment. Another person, obviously Legend, Cassie G. Only 2 attempts on Slash, so he's having a pretty good start as well. Not much problems for all these drivers at the moment. They're keeping it clean and consistent at the moment, which is what we like to see in these evaluation races. As I wonder if the gap's going to stay like that for the rest of the race, or will the times start to topple a little bit? We'll just obviously have to find out. Legend using quite a lot of his overtake, actually. So is Slash as well. If I was them, I use quite a lot in the first lap. Sometimes I use too much. So most of these guys manage ERS a lot better than I do. So here we go into lap 2 then. Let's see if there's any other cheeky battles going on. All going into the bus stop chicane quite freely as well. As already Julio setting the benchmark with a 148.895. As we've got, look at this, we've got Legend going for a move for Slash in a 2P2 of this Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic control move from him. Is he going to do the same on Julio in front? We'll just have to wait and see. No DRS until lap 3, of course, so all they got to rely on is slipstream as they go through Leclerc. And maybe they'll possibly get an opportunity going into Pouillon as well, where they could potentially go for the move. So potentially, looks like Legend is stuck in a Red Bull sandwich at the moment. Meanwhile, Hulkenberger doing quite well in 5th place at the moment, having a good race so far. His ERS management is pretty good as well. Got plenty of overtake to use as well, and obviously some of the drivers are questioning at times his overtake a bit OP. It is powerful, but if you use it too much, that is where you're going to lose power. We got yellow flag. That is Milam, actually. Milam. There he goes. So he has gone. I think that was near Stabilo. So that's not good. And he hasn't pitted like he was told to. Whereas Josh Goodboy, he is pitted onto the softs. So he's followed the rules, luckily. So he won't get an inquiry. That's great. So we're back to the leading action then, as we're about to start the first lap under DRS conditions. So they are able to use it within 1 second of the car ahead, if they're on the DRS zone, of course. So Julia's the only person out of these 6 people to obviously not get DRS. Who's the closest on this lap? Potentially Hulkenberger in the Alfa Romeo. So we'll have to wait and see, of course. So here he goes. Let's see if he reacts quickly. Yes, he does. 400 power at 202 miles per hour. I think they might be stripping down the Ferrari engine in the next patch, but we're getting used to it right now with the Ferrari engine just sounding so nice. Meanwhile, down the back of the field, we've got Yestin and Alimondo. Yestin going for a move up into P13, so well done to him, but Alimondo's still holding on to try and catch up to him for P13 spot, as he's almost going to go for a move there. Almost losing the back end, but, you know, he's keeping the car together. It's all good. And it is about mental toughness at this stage. Evaluation races sometimes are a lot more tense than the real thing, because you want to prove to everyone that you are a good contender for the top assist tiers and for the Monday assist, no assist people to be in the top tier potentially as well. Meanwhile, we got Tom and Jay Tyler going for a move in the bus stop chicane. Jay Tyler is going to try and go on his left-hand side here, going just past Blanchimont. It's going to be a very tight corner into the apex, into the chicane. A little bit touching as well. Banging wheels there. There is no damage, but this is going to be 3 wide. Luckily, it's not 3 wide, because otherwise, if there was damage, there would have been an incident, a massive shunt. But there goes Tom, a great move there up into P8. But Jay Tyler is going to get DRS, of course. Here he goes. A little bit, I thought he was going to go through before our Rouge there. That would have been a gamble, a little bit more of a risk, but he's going to try through the Kemmel Straight. He does it before the end of that, actually. And I think due to the power and the overtake, he gets the move done and up into P8. So well done to them. Maybe switch positions. Sam is also tucked quite nicely in this battle as well. So what he might do, because obviously consistency is more important, he might just wait behind these lot, wait for any of those two to make a mistake and just wait, just let the carnage unfold, hopefully, for him, so he can gain a few positions. That is a brave move, I think, for him as well. Slash then, what can he do? I think he's losing his momentum because obviously Legend got past him a few laps ago. Maybe Julio, maybe starting to turn into Lewis Hamilton. Maybe to hopefully he can carry on with the dominance that Hamilton showed in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Hashtag spoiler alert. But we got yellow flag in. Oh, yellow flag. That is an AlphaTauri. That is Jay Tyler. That is not good at all. And he's left the session. So he's either disconnected or he might have trouble with his wheel. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully I can have a better idea of what happened with him. So let's jump back to the front battle then. Can Legend go for the move for the lead? He's got a comfortable gap actually to try and get it. He's got less ERS though compared to Julio. So he's going to have less of an advantage. So no, he's not going to go for the move there. We've got Dougie has left the session. I think he's having internet issues as well. And obviously Catboy Key on the mediums quite early actually. A few laps earlier than intended. So he is going to go on, I think, to the end. It's going to be a bit of a risk actually. But we'll see if it pays off for him. If it does, this could be a good strategy call for him. If not, he might be in punch territory. We'll have to find out as the session progresses, of course. Jello up into P11. Now, let's see who's gained the most positions. So let me just jump to Jello, actually, because there's quite a good battle going on between him and, obviously, Yestin in P10. So let me just have a look at the gaps. There we go. So Legend has gained 1 position. AJ has gained 2. Callum Anderson has gained 2. Sam has gained 1. Yestin has gained 5. Alimonda has gained 4. Matt has gained 5 positions. And Milam has gained 1. Everyone else has either lost a position or has stayed as they are. Tom has stayed as they are, and so has Julio as well. So JT has got a lot of work to do if... no, he's had another... Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do when he comes back into the session, of course. I do believe they get spare invites. So hopefully he can join back. Hopefully there's not the glitch that if you retire from the session... if you disconnect from the session, that the corner cutting warnings go away. Hopefully that doesn't come into this game. But as far as I'm aware, from what I've heard, it does not. Which is good news. So we've had a battle in front, but here comes Jello on Yeston as well. We may have a battle up front, so I'll keep an eye on the gaps, do not worry. But we got Sam on Tom, and we got Jello on Yeston. So two people making good moves, roughly at a similar place. So here we go, Jello up into 10th place in the Mercedes, of course, driving. I do believe he's driving Lewis Hamilton's car. No, he's not. He's driving Bottas's car. But there we go. There have been a few glitches that were fixed in this game. Can't remember which glitches it was, but they have fixed some glitches from the last game. Just not all of them. And the timings have just gone away from my screen, which is not nice. Not nice at all, but there we go. So I can't choose any of the drivers yet at the moment. So I'll have to go on facial awareness at the moment. Okay, the corner cutting bug is still there. That's annoying, isn't it? I thought they fixed it, but they didn't. So I think if they disconnect then that's it. Then that's it, I think. So I think that's something to be wary of in season 26, obviously. We'll go through the calendar, actually, at some point towards the end of the broadcast, but we've got some moves coming towards all on the fields, and we've got pit windows opening. Sam, interestingly enough, has the pit window come up in lap 7 to 8, whereas on the pit strategy that came up in at the start of the broadcast, it was lap 8 to 9. So I'm guessing a lot of the drivers choosing to go a lot earlier, possibly going for the undercut on these drivers to see if it's faster. I've seen around Belgium the undercut to be very powerful. But anyway, here comes Tom into the Kemmel straight. Can he make it work this time? They're going wheel to wheel, head to toe at the moment. Nice defensive work from Sam. But Tom's going to try and get the switch back in to Brichel. Nice clean racing from the pair of them, from the Williams and the Ferrari. Who would have thought seeing a Ferrari and Williams battle on this game? Because obviously we don't see this in real life. And there's one question, why don't people's career mode numbers appear on the real life cars anymore? Reed, I do not know that, to be honest with you. I do not know at all. So, yeah, that is why. So, I wonder, will some people, like Sam, choose to pit at the end of this lap? I wonder. That is, that's the intriguing thing. The most intriguing thing I've ever seen. So, Legend is going to do the undercut. Well, I'm not surprised, actually, because he was stuck behind, obviously, Julio. He was trying to get past him, but the gap was too high, possibly due to his ERS. So, he is going to be the first to blink. So, there he goes. AJ also goes into the pit lane. Callum also to the pit as well. Oh, it's going to be a double stack for Williams. By the looks of things, actually, no, it's not. So, luckily, Callum has timed it right. So, I thought there was going to be a double stacking, but there wasn't. So, that's good news. So a lot of the guys have gone onto the medium tyres. So, which is Legend, AJ, Schnitzel, Callum, and Callum, actually. And obviously, Catlock Boy Key, that has been on the medium tyres for a few laps. So Julio and Slash, both of the Red Bull drivers, they've got to respond to the undercut. Because if they stay out for just a few more laps, then the mediums will start to be the tyre that obviously will be the fastest tyre. And we'll see, depending on the fastest lap as well. But I know Julio and Slash may be smarter. They may think, right, I know Slash might have seen Legend go into the pit lane, but I'm not sure about Julio. But he's got a comfortable gap between his teammate. And we're also watching to see if Hulkenberger and Tom go into the pits as well. Sam, I think, is going to pit at the end of this lap as well. But we'll see as Legend tries to go for a move past Ozone. And obviously, due to the fresher tyres, he gets past him into Blanchimont. Quite a risky move, but he did it. So here we go. Julio is pitted. Hulkenberg, Tom, and Sam. Obviously, due to the avoiding the double stacking, Slash is staying out. And obviously, due to the fact that Slash was behind his teammate, obviously, the teammate takes a bit of priority at the moment. So let's just hope that doesn't hinder him. So Julio goes. Oh, that undercut is very close, actually. Legend has brought the gap to a few tenths, actually. This could be the closest Legend has ever been on Julio. We'll have to wait and see. Here comes the DRS. He's a bit he's running low on ERS, but he's going to go for the move anyway. This will be brilliant if he makes it work on the Red Bull driver, and he does it. Brilliant stuff. I mean, with low ERS and not using overtake for half of the Kennel straight, that is incredible work from Legend. Now he's got to focus on saving his ERS and make sure he keeps Julio behind him. Could he be on course to win this race? Only time will tell. If I was Slash right now in Slash's cockpit, I will be getting really worried right now. I'll be like, what? You know, maybe they might be communicating in the PSN party together and seeing what they're doing as well. AJ looking fast on Julio as well. Maybe Julio's tyres haven't gone up to temperature as much as he would have liked. Obviously, the guys appeared quite earlier. They had a chance to warm up their tyres a little bit and obviously had more of an option as Sam has got a 3-second time penalty. Sam is in P10 at the moment, so he's kept position at the moment. So let's see what AJ can do right now. He's got more ERS to play with. I think they've got the same as AJ. Sets the fastest lap of 1:45.5. That's brilliant right now. I wonder if Julio is going to respond to Legend. I think Julio he's hungry. He's a Max Verstappen fan. Well, he's got Max Verstappen in his blood, really. So let's see if he could take the revenge on Legend into the Camel Straight. Looks like he's going to breeze past Legend into the Camel Straight, into Leclerc, and yeah, he goes back into the lead of this race. And what about AJ? Is he going to get past Legend? He's dropped back a little bit. Slash pitted earlier on as well, a lap after Julio, and he's dropped a bit from the top three. So the overcut doesn't seem to have worked for some people. The overcut has worked for some, like AJ. AJ's overcut has worked brilliantly. So he got ahead of Slash. So that is fantastic for him. We've got a yellow flag. That is Milam in the McLaren. He's spun just past the com, actually. He's got to be careful, though, that oh my goodness. He's got to wait for the likes of Demon and Dougie to go past him, which they do. Luckily, there's no safety cars, but I'm almost certain it would have caused a VSC there at that point. But there we go. So we're almost halfway into this race with 3 laps to go until we're halfway into this race. Julio still leads the race from Legend, from AJ, from MMA Slash, and then Hulkenberger in 5th place. And the gap still roughly about 7 to 9 tenths between 3rd and 6th right now between each other. Whereas Schnitzel is out of DRS range of Hulkenberger. So obviously he's got a lot of work to do if he's going to have a chance as well. There are a few drivers today that are struggling, but Cowboy Key, he's doing quite well on the medium tyres. 6 laps on them and he's in 11th place. 1 place more and he'll get in the points. But obviously he did a gamble strategy and pitted far too early. but we'll see if the mediums last long. Now, I can't remember how long the mediums last. I think it lasts 15, 16 laps. So I think he will be on the cusp, but his optimum pace, he'll lose out, he'll lose a bit of grip. So the likes of Yeston and Alimonda, they're probably going to catch up with a few laps to go. So they could possibly send P11 or P10. And bearing in mind also, penalties may come into fruition for some of these guys as well. Because obviously it's not as penalty central as obviously the other tracks, where they are expected to get Austria especially. For those of you that watched the social race last week, as Mr. Grumpy has got passed by Josh, or he might have been off there because I did see a yellow flag pop off somewhere. So there goes Mr. Grumpy. Milam is definitely struggling out there at the moment. But for some of these guys, it's their first race in PSGL. The pressure may be getting too much, and for some of them, maybe the bottoms here may be the best for them to learn their craft and to learn a little bit. That's the case for me when I started league racing back in 2018, F1 2018, in 2019. I was happy being in the bottom tier because I was able to learn quite a few things and get better and better each league race cycle I did. So I wonder if that's going to be the case for some of these drivers. Look at this. I'm sorry that I missed that, but AJ has got past Legend. So brilliant stuff from AJ. That's allowing Julio to pull the gap 1.8 seconds. Do you think Legend must be struggling? He might be feeling the pressure a little bit more. AJ saying, come on, I might have a chance of winning this. He could actually. He could. With the undercut. So AJ did do the undercut instead of Julio. So that was my bad. That was my bad. But AJ did absolutely fantastic considering... English. Considering where he started... He's doing really well. So where did he start, actually? He started 6th place. Yellow flag. That's a racing point. That is Yeston, who's dropped down. Oh, he's almost touched Grumpy. Luckily, there's no damage there, so that's costing him less time at the moment. But that is him down a position, down into 15th place. That is not what he wanted, but he's got a lot to prove, obviously, in the last 10 laps. But here comes Josh once again on Alimonda. They've been fighting for some of this race at the moment. Josh looking good in the Ferrari. He's relishing his Charles Leclerc dreams. He wants to obviously get a good result like Charles Leclerc did. He's not going to aim for the win, but he wants the glory to get past Mark for P12. Is he going to try and go for a move into La Source? No. But I think he realises that I think he's going to get DRS into El Rouge and Radiant. He was a little bit late on the brakes there going to La Source, but he still managed to keep it together. But we'll see as here comes Josh once again. He's ever so close on Alimonda. I'm going to watch Legend in a second because he could go for a move on AJ again, going into No Name. But here comes Josh into the Camel Straight, into Leclerc. And he does it. So he did the move that he wanted to do for a few laps now, and good job. Well done by him at this stage. Now, let's see how Slash is doing on Legend. Yeah, Legend is struggling right now as we're now going through Blanchemont turn 16 and 17. And I think he's losing a bit of grip. Slash is relishing in this. Let's see if he can go for the gamble move into the bus stop chicane. But Legend might get the switch back. He wants that position. He's hungry for it. Luckily, Legend's going to get the DRS, but he's running out of VRS. So I would be worried if I was in Legend's shoes at the moment going into turn 1. But we'll see. What can Legend do at this late stages of the race? He's got to make up for lost ground. He was doing so well on the first few laps on the mediums, and then his pace just drops off a bit. He needs to work on his consistency, but here he goes once again. Legend on Slash, but this time he's forgetting the troubles that he's done in the early part of this stint, and he's up into 3rd place. But the most crucial factor, he is out of DRS range of AJ, that's it. 1.1 seconds. Julio doing absolutely fantastic. Haven't talked much about him in these last few laps because he is absolutely dominating. So I'm not going to follow too much of him. Meanwhile, Callum Anderson might send P6. To be honest, he was hoping to win. But unfortunately for any Callum fans, he's not going to. But he is gaining quite a bit. Now, obviously, towards the end of the race, I'll be looking at everybody's lap times, just so it makes it easier for the stewards, the coordinators, and the amis to have a look at. And it also gives me an idea, gives me a little bit of an inkling. Right, who would I think is going to do well? As here comes Callum then. I don't think he's going to go for the move yet. But he's found a few attempts on Schnitzel in the bus stop chicane. This could be his chance. Maybe Schnitzel, who's having better straight line speed than Callum, but Callum is gaining a lot of speed on the corners going into turn 1. And this could be his big break now. If he doesn't get past now, he's going to get held up so much. And remember, when these guys are battling, it could play a huge effect on these tyres. So I'm a bit worried for Callum right now. But let's see. Here goes Callum then. He's going to go for the risky move. Yes, Callum, he sends it. And I think he's doing a Carlos Sainz move. Did I send it? Did I send it? Oh, God, I send it. Now, most important thing, can he aim for 5th place? He's got to find 4 seconds within the last few laps, and he's not going to do that if he locks up. So, yeah, one thing I forgot to ask, actually, is about the use of assists in this lobby, as in, obviously they had choice on what assists they use. So obviously some of these guys will obviously turn some of them off. But there we go. Yep, Legend has dropped back on AJ. So that is worrying. So Slash could come back at him again. If you're a Legend fan, this is not what you want to hear right now, as we've got less than 7 laps to go of this Belgian Grand Prix, this evaluation race, of course. And AJ's found about 5/10 of a second on Julio. So maybe the win cannot be out of the hands right now. We could still see a battle for the win. Maybe Julio's tyres are starting to die right now. We'll have to wait and see, of course. But Slash he's going for it. But he's still, I think both of them are out of overtake. So they're on an even playing field right now. But who's going to benefit this more than anything? We will see. As I think we're going to see Slash possibly going to try and take the shortest run to this straight. Is he going to take the longest? We'll have to wait and see. Taking the shorter line, kissing that right-hand curb, and then to the left. And there we go. Slash into 3rd place. Can he catch up to AJ now? AJ. Slash is now out of the DRS range for AJ now. So, any chance of Slash getting P2 and replicating his qualifying performance is not good right now. But there we go. And for those of you that are wondering, the second evaluation race starts in about 5 minutes. So, obviously, the qualifying will just start as we're just about to end with a few laps to go. So, that's good timing, isn't it? We timed this quite well. Obviously, the race started earlier because obviously all 19 drivers are in the lobby, which is good news. Obviously, we're missing one driver, which was meant to be in this lobby, but he moved to another evaluation race. And Slash is almost lost power in ERS. This could be Legend's gain here. Legend's gain once again. Slash got past Legend in the Camel Straight. Slash is almost gained on AJ, but not. No, he's actually losing on AJ, actually. So that's going to gain a little bit, lose a little bit of time. Josh getting a penalty. That's not good. Sat him up into 9th place. He got past Jello ages ago as well. So he is going to hope that he's going to get into the points, and that'll be an impressive feat for him as well, if he could do that. Here comes Schnitzel on Callum. Schnitzel in the number 4 in Lando Norris's car. Callum in the Tiffy's car. Who's going to be the creme de la creme out of these two? We'll have to find out. Schnitzel's got more ERS than Callum, but I think he just gained just a bit, but it's not quite enough to gain enough time on this lap into turn 5. As Catboy Keys left the session, that's going to be huge for him. He was almost, obviously he was not going to get points because he obviously was dropping off the rest of the guys. We could be seeing him in puncher territory if you're not careful. So Catboy Key, that's another person as well as Jay Tyler that has gone from bad to worse from disconnections, and you're not allowed to join back. So that is Catboy Key's evaluation race over. That is a shame. That is a shame. Gutting for the Renault driver. That is obviously Catboy Key's first race in PSGL. But let's hopefully, fingers crossed, that you'll do better, obviously, in the main leagues. So, Schnitzel, now 5 attempts on Callum. This could be his chance. This could be his chance. We'll have to wait and see, of course. 7 attempts now on Schnitzel. Well, 7 attempts down, actually, on his previous best. Who's got fastest lap, actually? That's what I'd like to know. Fastest lap is Julio at the moment, 1:45.0. So no one has beaten Julio's time at the moment. So just keeping an eye on the fastest lap. So just gives the coordinators a bit of an idea, of course. Milo went onto the softs as well. But obviously, you're not allowed to do that, mate. So obviously the stewards will be looking into Milam's. Maybe Milam has forgotten, I must say. Dougie has left the session again. That is not good news. Yellow flag. That's a Haas. That's probably Dougie. Yeah, that's probably Dougie. As Catboy Keys AI goes into the pits and goes on softs. So he's lost more ground than intended. I don't think he wants to do that by choice. So that is a shame. That is a shame for Catboy Key. But let's get the intervals back up now as we're on the final few laps of this evaluation race. Who's going to take the glory? AJ is almost in DRS range. I am, honestly, I want to see this battle, but I've been told by Connor that I have to check the lap times. I was hoping we not get a battle on the final lap for the lead, but potentially we can. So I have to check the lap times, but I want to see this battle as well. So what I might do is if I'm allowed by Connor, I may get the lap times now, and then I can just follow the battle at the last lap. But we'll see anyway. As AJ has lost a bit of ground a little bit, but is he going to DRS range? No, he is not. Now, I'm not going to check I can check the penalties when I go into lap time, so I can actually see if AJ could win this. I don't think Julio's got penalties. Here comes Schnitzel into the Camel straight, and he goes past Callum. But obviously, the race is far from over for these guys, as obviously we've got a few more laps to go. Tom is, as the timings are going on my screen, but I'm still seeing the battles, which is great to see. So I think I might as well get the times out of the way now. So yeah, actually, I'll get it done out of the way now. I'll get it out of the way now. There we go. So Julio, he's got quite a few warnings, actually. So there we go. But those it is lap times at the moment. What about AJ? He's got a few warnings as well. So they're pretty much even Stevens at the moment. Slash, he's on a few warnings. Everyone's keeping it clean, which is good. Legend going a few penalties. That could cost him a little bit as well. Hulkenberger, he's got quite a few penalties too. Schnitzel. Few penalties. Callum Anderson has got 2 warnings as well. Actually, no, let me just leave the screen for a bit longer, actually. And Tom. And Sam as well has got quite a few penalties. And Jello, I'm trying to get it done as quickly as I can so I can follow the last lap battle. Hopefully I should be able to anyway. Josh as well. Mr. Grumpy. Oh, look at Mr. Grumpy's penalties. He has got quite a lot, I must say, right now. But he's doing quite well on lap 17. Alamonda, he's got 1 penalty. And he's on his last warning as well before he gets another one. Ozone as well. Dougie as well, I believe he's disconnected, but he's only got 1 warning anyway. Catboy Key is also disconnected. Matt not having the best of races. He's only got... Oh, he's got a penalty as well. Ooh, penalty. Tap, 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 Matt. Milam, obviously, was not meant to start on the mediums. But we'll get an idea of his medium lap pace anyway. And Jay Tyler. There we go. So those are all drivers. There we go. There we go. And I do believe we're still on lap 20 as well. There we go, lap 20. There we go. So I may have to get the timings again at the end of the race in the race director. But we'll see anyway. So, final few laps of this race. Who is going to be the creme de la creme? I think AJ's dropped 4 tenths whilst I was following the... Obviously, getting the timings for the admins. Which is a bit of a shame, but... that could be his chance for a race win over. And that is not what you want right now. That is a bit of a shame. That is a bit of a shame for AJ. He's got to get in. He's got to go into DRS range for the last lap. He has got to. He has got to. Slash, I think, is out of DRS range anyway. Meanwhile, we've still got a battle on our mitts. Hulkenberger and Legend for P4. Obviously, penalties will come into fruition as well. And obviously, you know, I've seen, obviously, in Austria in the social race last week when I was watching it. Great job to Ick on the commentary. It was amazing, actually. But I did see the penalties definitely played a factor as to whether they either gained or lost a position. So, you know, that is very frustrating if you gain so many penalties. Oh no! I saw where Hulkenberger extended the track just a little bit, and that's costed him so much time at the moment. Ah, that is a shame. An absolute shame from Hulkenberger. This could mean he may drop down a few positions. We'll have to wait and see as everybody else crosses the line. Grumpy got getting another penalty as well on the final lap of this race. And this is going to get very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. So, final check on penalties between Julio. Let me just have a look. Julio is on 2 warnings. AJ is also on 2 warnings as well. Oh, AJ's got a penalty. AJ got a penalty on the penultimate lap. That could be definitely his race win over. That's why he lost a bit of time. Slash as well has got a penalty in lap 20. Ooh, Legend as well. I think Legend had a little bit of a saving grace there. A saving grace. Oh my God. We got a yellow flag. Oh no, we got, I think it's a Ferrari. I did see someone coming together, but I didn't say sure who. I didn't see who. But Callum is still quite close on Schnitzel. Again, a little bit of a lock-up from Callum, but there we go. I think that's not going to cost him so much time. But there we go, he's using his overtake to his full advantage here. And I don't think AJ has done enough to take the race win today, which is a shame. So we could see a Red Bull 1-2 because Slash does not have any penalties. So we could see what it's like in qualifying. So, Julio has never put a foot wrong when people were challenging for the lead. He didn't want to give up, and that has been his positive today. Julio takes evaluation win number 1. AJ takes second. Slash, I think, got similar penalties, so that's why he's in third. Legend takes fourth. Is Schnitzel going to be ahead of Hulkenberger on penalties? No! Hulkenberger drops all the way down to 9th place. That means Sam is up to 8th. Brilliant drive from Sam, and he takes the fastest lap at the very last minute. Snatches it from Julio. I think Sam will be pretty happy with that. Callum jumps to P6. Schnitzel up into P5. Mr. Grumpy is going to come across the line in 12th. Unfortunately, Gaming Alamonda, I think he's gained quite a few positions, actually, so he won't be that too disappointed. So he comes across the line now in P13. And I've got to say, from all the drivers, I haven't seen many mistakes, as in many incidents, obviously because there's no damage, but not many spins or not intentionally taking people out. So well done to all these drivers. You have followed, I think almost everyone's followed the rules apart from one person, but well done. Good job. Well done. Right, let's have a look at the strategies as well. There we go. Those are all the strategies. Everyone's done softs and mediums as well. And obviously, Josh had to put on the softs in lap 1. That's why he did medium, soft, medium. But he still had a good result anyway to make deal with it. So that is fine. That is absolutely fine. Driver of the day goes to AJ. I've got to say, if he didn't get that penalty, I would have given it to him. I don't know. I'll have to give it to Julio. He did amazing, but I think AJ is a close second. But because he came out of nowhere. I think the undercut strategy was the winner today. And if you still got your evaluation race coming up, if I were you, pit a lap earlier than your rivals. And that would help you a lot. That's my suggestion. Because I'll be watching all the other evaluation races with excitement. Because who knows, I may be commentating on any one of you. Ooh. So, Julio takes the win with AJ. Look at all those penalties. Julio, the only one keeping it squeaky clean. Slash in 3rd, Legend in 4th, Schnitzel 5th, Callum in 6th, Tom in 7th. Sam gets P8 with the fastest lap, 1:44.9. So only by 1/10 as well. Hulkenberger 9th, Jello 10th, Josh 11th, Grumpy 12th, Alamonda 13th, Leston 14th, Dougie 15th, but he disconnected, Matt 16th, Catboy Key disconnected in 17th. Now we got Milo in 18th and Jay Tyler 19th. I know I commentated PSGL, obviously the BGG exhibition race on last Monday, but it was my first season proper PSGL race for season 26, and you know what? I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm not bothered at what tier I commentate on. I can't wait for the season to begin. Who knows? I'll maybe commentate on another evaluation race next week, but do not go anywhere. There is an evaluation race happening right now on the PSGL channel, which is the second evaluation race of season 26. It's commentated by Luke. So if you want to check that out, go onto the channel. I highly recommend you watch that for some more action, of course. Hopefully it's just as exciting as I am. Let's see where they are actually in the qualifying. They've got 10 minutes and 33 minutes to go in qualifying. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you soon. Make sure you jump over to the second evaluation race. There's more evaluation races to come on tomorrow night, Thursday night, and next Sunday and Monday as well. For those of you that want more evaluation race action. So, IBJSGames95, and we will see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone, and enjoy the second evaluation race. Goodbye.